And it looked like Michael Jordan, trainer, has shared his thoughts about CaitlinClark injury and how he was able to transform MJ into the player we love today. You guys, that CaitlinClark more than likely is going to miss yet another game. Now, many people have been speculating about her going to see other doctors, claiming that, the injury could be worse than what it is, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, I've been a strong advocate, me and one other person, about this CaitlinClark adding this muscle to her body very quickly.
What is the connection between a horde of terrified fans, CaitlinClark's groin, and Michael Jordan's renowned trainer? No, the punchline isn't twisted. The breaking news for today is strangely intense. People pay heed when the man who saved MJ begins to raise worries. Fans of CaitlinClark are now going crazy like it's overtime in Game 7. What was it that he said? Why is everyone going crazy on the internet? And how did one groin ache become the most talked about topic in the country? Hold on tight. This goes beyond a simple stretch. It's a serious injury case.
Let me ask y'all something. How come the NBA and these high profile Hall of Famers, Hall of Fame trainers, Hall of Fame coaches, they more concerned about my precious CC than the WNBA? You hear me? It just don't make sense to me. I don't think they really just understand what's going on. They don't appreciate her. She don't need them. They need her at the end of the day. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm waiting. I know I'm right.
She was cutting through traffic with floaters, draining logo threes, throwing out no-look passes like she had eyes at her sneakers, and burning the court like it was an NBA jam. And now we're meant to think that because her groin called it quits, she should miss the season. Following her recent roasting of Team Brazil like it was a barbecue, that is the current narrative. While watching the clips, please try saying that with a straight face. She had no coolness at her release and resembled Steph Curry with a chip on her shoulder.
Trainer did speak about CaitlinClark actually putting on muscle, and he compared everything to Michael Jordan, how he was able to help him overcome his injury. So if you guys didn't know, MJ, his second year, because the NBA used to be just as physical, or if not more physical, than the current WNBA. Now, the referees wasn't as bad. These are probably the worst referees we have seen in all of basketball ever, bro. Now, with all that being said, the homeboy over on Twitter, Mike, he put together a collection of tweets kind of breaking down his thoughts as well about this whole situation. He stated, "This is what I mean when I say I think CaitlinClark adding a lot of muscle so quick may have impacting her mechanics, thus leading to so many soft tissue injuries."
It's crazy how everyone, from washed-up G-Leaguers to NBA Twitter trolls, suddenly believes they are certified orthopedic surgeons. Using a map and a torch, they are diagnosing CaitlinClark with the assurance of a House MD star, pinpointing muscles they were unable to locate. The WNBA's injury reports, meanwhile, seem to have been drafted by the CIA. Pain in the lower body. We only received that. Just vibes, no timeline, no facts. That could indicate a minor stressor or a serious existential crisis. Openness? No. There is just enough mystery to spark a national groin panic and 1,000 hot takes.
What is it about CaitlinClark? She's got it. She's got swagger. She's got, if you will, balls. She's tough. She's shrewd. She's not a good passer. She's all-time great. And she makes logo threes. And she makes them beautifully. She jump shoots the way Steph does from the logo, where she's not feet on the floor pushing set shots. She goes up, holds it, and flicks the wrist, and has incredibly underrated strength. She's just got all-time it factor. She's doing things on a nightly basis where you sit back and say, oh, she's selling them out like crazy. That's Jordan-esque.
Here's the worst part, though. CaitlinClark's status is more important to NBA players than the league in which she competes. More former All-Stars are scowling than the WNBA PR staff as a whole. Why? Because Caitlin attracts more attention than half of the league's starting lineups combined, even when she is dressed casually. She is always being tracked by cameras. She is constantly being spun by the media. However, it's just business as usual for her own team to be out here acting like they're being steamrolled without her. It's similar to pretending you're unaware of the plot while watching a lousy comedy rerun. Warning, it finishes with an L.
In your guys' opinion, do you feel like CaitlinClark gets kind of targeted at some of these games, or it's just basketball?
Yeah, she get targeted just like Jordan got targeted.
It's a privilege. You're the best player.
The Jordan rules. They had the Jordan rules. When you're so good, you're gonna get targeted. It just is what it is.
Absolutely.
Like, come on, man. You gotta, like, when you at a disadvantage, like, I feel like, just like boxing or something. If you fighting against the best, you gotta do something and junk it up.
Rest and recuperation, please. That's all PR nonsense since we're in a panic and have no idea what to do. They're putting CaitlinClark on the shelf and hoping that fans won't remember. We're not. That's the news. Not when it's just her highlighting things that aren't fights or flops. If she is gone for a long enough period of time, they hope the noise will stop. Rather, it's reaching a fever pitch. She didn't appear offended by Brazil. She appeared unfair. A rookie hobbling through minutes wasn't that. The vehicle pulling up from the food court was a walking bucket. As if they had entered the incorrect cheat code, she had defenders reeling. Let's not act as though people aren't making connections. Something suddenly stops Caitlin each time she takes over. A missed call, a hard foul. The soreness is now in the lower body, as though that ambiguous script had never been heard before. When she shines too brightly, it seems like someone shouts from behind the curtain, "Dim the lights." Additionally, a league executive is seen holding a bingo card with one space remaining. Caitlin took a back seat.
Why is that an issue? I asked this question respectfully, Nafisa, because I remember in the 80s, for example, when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird took the NBA by storm and they were winning championships, competing for championships, but then this dude named Michael Jordan came along. And Michael Jordan came along and he wasn't yet winning championships, but his popularity was so astronomical that the NBA practically marketed everything they could around this guy. So to know that there's an example like that as a shining example to be followed that could benefit the league, particularly down the road, why is that an issue when we've seen that such a marketing plan has worked in the past?
I don't think it's an issue. I do think Caitlin's a star. And like I said, people want to see her, and we are trying to grow the league.
Let's be truthful. To prepare her for the upcoming game, the NBA would have her roll about in a cryogenic chamber. 3 private planes, a group of orthopedic experts, and personalized groin massages. In the WNBA, however, you receive a she's out and, if you're lucky, a screenshot of practice that includes the thumbs up emoji. It's the silent cessation of updates on athlete injuries. Just vibes, no breakdown, no timetable. Additionally, there is a suspicious vibe. By sheer willpower, she was propelling that squad into prominence even while she was in charge of the floor. It feels like someone unplugged the microwave in the middle of popcorn now that she's gone. NBA coaches are analyzing her game footage in the interim. Sports talk shows are dissecting her game tape without mentioning women's NBA coaches. Highlight reels are being shown on sports talk shows that haven't discussed women's basketball since 1997. It's nearly humorous. You would suppose that no one informed the league that she had changed leagues. Not to mention how at ease some people are with this discussion about the remainder of the season.
I'm just saying, I'm calling it how it is. Hey, that's she Nike material. We ain't talking Reebok. We ain't talking about Shaqs. We ain't talking about them type of shoes. You hear me? We ain't Reebok. You hear me? We talking about the CC effect. CaitlinClark. Without her, nothing moves. It just makes me so upset. Like, see, people like me who appreciate the game, who have played the game and know what the game supposed to look like, understands my precious CC, CaitlinClark, and the meaning of.
ESPN would be live streaming from his driveway with helicopters and biometric experts on hand if the NBA's top choice even slightly hobbled off the team bus. However, CaitlinClark receives a press release that seems to have been written by ChatGPT during a panic attack, along with one blurry practice clip. And when they claim she's just being cautious, we're all expected to nod and smile. It's necessary to rest. The investment must be safeguarded. That is the equivalent of "we don't know what we're doing" in a boardroom. Since she is currently taking an indefinite break, let's face it, she was perfectly happy torching Team Brazil a few days ago. That calculation is incorrect. Either we all unintentionally fast-forwarded to October, or someone isn't giving the whole tale. And guess who's raising the alarm as this strange stillness continues? NBA athletes. The WNBA, meantime, is behaving as though it doesn't matter. Breaking. It's a huge deal. CaitlinClark is more than a novice. She's a walking billboard, a source of income, and an arena that sells out. That is not something you ignore. You keep it safe. You give it top priority. A phenomenon should never become an afterthought.
Look, Matt's right. I totally agree with him. And I agree, this is just rookie hate. They did this to Michael Jordan, okay? This is what when you are a hot shot rookie, and she hasn't totally dominated the league, obviously. She hasn't dominated at all, but she's putting up great numbers for a rookie. But Jordan came in averaging 28 points, and people were physical with him. We know he got iced out of the All-Star game and stuff like that. So this is normal. It's oddly, the WNBA looks more physical than the NBA at this point. But Matt is right in that, like, look at Aaliyah Boston. I think she should have, stepped.
And hey, it's okay if she is truly hurt. An injury getting worse is something no one wants. However, because she didn't appear injured, no one is believing it. She appeared irritated. She appeared to want to set fire to every defender within a 12-mile radius, but instead she was instructed to sit down and drink Gatorade. Oh, the conspiracy theories are doing really well. Some claim that she is being shielded. Some claim that she is being disciplined. Then there's the argument that they're trying to prolong her shelf life, similar to premium cable, because she's a walking ratings magnet. In any case, it's hazy. Fans who witnessed Murky drop 30-foot daggers 3 days ago are not pleased with her, and they are now saying that she requires constant yoga. This is the only thing that is obvious. The buzz dies.